Are you a fan of mukbang? If so, have you ever done any mukbanging yourself? Over the past several years, the genre of entertainment mukbang has taken the world by storm. For those unaware, mukbang is essentially an online show where a person eats food while talking to the camera and interacts with the audience. Think of it as Twitch meets solo competitive eating and ASMR rolled into one. While mukbang initially started in South Korea, it quickly gained a lot of global attention. Interestingly, mukbang has gained a significant foothold in the USA with fans and professional mukbangers alike. This is Influence Unveiled. We create short documentaries in an attempt to peel back the layers of our social paradigms and unmask the influencer realm. Today we will discuss the mukbang phenomenon and unveil the darker side of influencer culture. In this video, we'll take a close look at how this trend became such an unlikely global phenomenon, including the health challenges involved and the backlash faced by the genre's biggest stars. We'll also take an in-depth look at mukbang as a whole, including the culture surrounding it. We'll introduce you to some of the genre's biggest and most controversial stars and look at what the future of mukbang holds. Mukbang is actually a marriage of the two South Korean words, mukja, or eating, and bangsong, broadcast. The rough English translation for mukbang is eatcast, or eating show. In this relatively new form of entertainment, mukbangers will either host live broadcasts or pre-recorded videos of themselves eating anything from ramen noodles to pizza to anything else you can think of. Sometimes the host might just be eating a regular dinner. In other cases, mukbangers will eat what can best be described as too much food. In the event the mukbanger is doing a live broadcast, they will typically interact with their audience during the show. As with any form of entertainment, mukbang has several genres and subcategories. An example of evolved mukbang is the ASMR mukbang video, where the host only eats blue things such as blue candies, blue jello, etc. There's also another subgenre of mukbang known as mukbang. As you can probably tell by the name, in these videos streamers film themselves cooking large amounts of food. South Korea has one of the world's most beautiful and interesting cultures, and a large part of their culture revolves around food. In the case of South Korea, it isn't just about the food itself though. It's also about the experience of sharing the meal with others. Specifically, people at the table will share a communal meal with everyone taking food from the same plates. People at the table will then cook their serving of food on a communal grill in the center of the table. Eating together in this way has proven psychological benefits and does wonders to bring a community together. Outside of South Korea, people can get a slice of this experience themselves, as many Korean grill house restaurants have become popular over the years. So, how does communal dining evolve into mukbang? It isn't actually as much of a leap as you may imagine. Despite communal dining being such a staple of the culture in South Korea, many people still dine alone. This is because in South Korea, another major aspect of their culture is based around work. People work very long hours only to go home and eat alone. This in turn created more and more feelings of loneliness and anxiety. While dining alone, these people would typically watch their favorite entertainers eat in movies and TV shows. Doing this created the effect of the solo diner suddenly having a communal meal from home. More importantly, it also made the solo diner feel less lonely, and this was the spark that gave birth to what we know as mukbang. Born out of this mix of solo eating and the desire for communal eating, regular people started eating on camera, and others tuned in. One of the genre's earliest stars was Seo-Yeon, aka The Diva. In 2014, she made up to $9,000 a month eating large, multi-course meals on camera. While her meals varied, she sometimes ate $300 worth of food during a multi-hour broadcast. All the while, she would be interacting with her viewers. Meanwhile, the fans would tip her using balloons, a digital currency that could be converted into cash by the recipient. While mukbang may have started in South Korea, it quickly became a global phenomenon thanks to the internet. As far as we can tell, Mukbang was first introduced to the South Korean public in 2009 on the streaming site Africa TV, and has only grown in popularity since. It's fairly safe to say that few could have ever predicted that it would explode in popularity the way it has. As a result, Mukbang took South Korea by storm, and soon, other platforms picked it up. Then, before too long, mukbang videos and streams began appearing on YouTube. The effect was like pouring gasoline onto a small fire. After the first mukbang content appeared on YouTube, new mukbang channels were popping up daily. In short order, Japan and China had their own versions of mukbang, as well as their own emerging mukbang stars. Another one of mukbang's popular emerging channels was EatWithBabs. Something else that helped mukbang reach a more global and diverse audience was when websites like the Huffington Post and the Wall Street Journal wrote stories on the mukbang phenomenon. Also, websites such as Time.com wrote profiles on top mukbang stars, which helped to increase the genre's reach and popularity. It also can't be overstated what a huge part the COVID-19 lockdowns played in the global rise of mukbang. Suddenly, millions of people worldwide were eating alone in their homes. Watching mukbang videos and streams helped to quell those sometimes crippling feelings of loneliness people felt. As a result, viewers began to feel they were sharing a meal with a friend. One of the other appeals to mukbang for many viewers was getting a first-hand look at diverse cuisines worldwide. As mukbang grew in popularity, channel viewership increased, creating stars within the genre. Some of those stars have gimmicks to stand out from the pack, such as videos where a mukbanger will only eat food dyed the color teal. While eating, the creator will do so in very hushed tones. Hence, the mukbang video also doubles as an ASMR video, perfectly mixing the two genres. As mukbang became more popular, American content creators quickly jumped on the trend and launched their mukbang videos. One of the better-known American mukbang series is the Munch Madness series of videos by the Good Mythical Morning channel. Their videos typically depict the hosts, Rhett and Link, buying and eating fries from different fast food restaurants and comparing the taste. In other videos, they try what can be best described as unique, such as wasabi waffles. As of the time of this video, the channel, which features other non-mukbang content, has gained over 18 million followers. Meanwhile, a video where the hosts try the Carolina Reaper pepper, one of the hottest peppers in the world, garnered 31 million views. So it's clear that there is an appetite, if you will, for American mukbang content. In 2014, the Fine Brothers uploaded a mukbang reaction video, introducing many Americans to mukbang for the first time. In their video, they recorded Westerners watching Korean mukbang videos for the first time and reacting to them. Some were revolted, while others were intrigued. Meanwhile, the other content creators quickly jumped on the trend and got their own slice of the mukbang pie. One of the more interesting things about any trend is how the same trend will differ by culture. In that regard, it shouldn't be a shock that American mukbang and South Korean mukbang are also very different. For instance, in Korean mukbang, creators are generally silent while they eat, as if they are sharing a meal with their viewers. Their content also tends to stream live during their dinner time. Meanwhile, American mukbangers tend to talk during the meal, describing the taste and texture of each item. Another difference is that American mukbang videos tend to be recorded in advance and uploaded later. As American mukbang content creators continue to emerge, more and more put their own spin on the genre to stand out from the pack. A great example is Stephanie Soo, who tells stories designed to grab the viewer's attention while she eats. One of her more famous videos involves Stephanie telling a story about how a sex trafficking ring almost kidnapped her. One of the main sources of concern and criticism for mukbang comes down to the sheer amount of food consumed in these videos. Everyone has different dietary needs to remain healthy, but having a nightly meal that costs as much as some families spend on a week's worth of groceries is unhealthy. In many cases, viewers can see and hear of the issues related to this much food consumption from the content creator themselves. We'll talk about him a little bit more later in the video, but the streamer known as Avocado typically inhales thousands of calories per video. This has resulted in a weight gain of 80 pounds since he began his career. all for the sake of creating content. Meanwhile, other creators like the Foodie Beauty have also spoken openly about her health issues and her struggles with weight due to her issues with food during her mukbang videos. The rise in popularity of mukbang videos and their stars has also led to criticisms of the genre regarding its influence on its viewers. As influencers, their audience will likely attempt to emulate some of these mukbang-type eating habits. As a result, many have criticized mukbang and many of its creators for promoting normalizing vastly unhealthy eating habits in their videos. Just like any creative endeavor, every mukbang content creator has their reasons for getting into it. Many started it just for the proverbial love of the game, but as often happens, if someone is good at something, they gain the attention of others. In the world of content creation, gaining the attention of others can sometimes lead to a hefty paycheck. Earlier we spoke about the diva, Park Seo-Yeon, who earned $9,000 a month in 2014. Today, American content creators like Choi make an eye-watering $358,000 a month, or $5 to $10 million a year. Something to note is that Zach doesn't stand alone with his earning. Other creators like Avocado and Kim Thai have been able to earn six-figure incomes as professional mukbangers. When people hear numbers like that, it's easy to understand why some people want to become mukbang content creators and why current content creators find it hard to step away from that genre despite the health risks. Now, let's take a closer look at the infamous mukbanger, Avocado. Born Nicholas Perry, today Nico is partly famous for his unhealthy eating habits, including attempting to consume a 20,000 calorie meal in one sitting. With that in mind, it may shock you that Nico was a vegan before his mukbang career. In fact, his early YouTube videos were of him talking about the vegan lifestyle. It was after a falling out with the vegan community that Nico gave up the lifestyle. Shortly after that falling out, he started making mukbang videos, though his meals were extremely tame compared to today. In fact, he is credited as one of the first American mukbang content creators. It wasn't just Nico's eating habits that changed as his career went on though. His entire persona began to change. When he started, he was more reserved. Slowly, the persona of Avocado took on a life of its own. As Nico attempted to grow his audience and increase his viewership, his videos became more and more extreme as he consumed more and more food per video. Sometimes, Nico records up to 3 daily videos to feed the content machine. While his popularity increased due to the spectacle of his meals and the drama involved in his videos, his health declined drastically. At one point, Nico weighed over 350 pounds. Resulting from his giant mukbang meals, resulting in various health issues and the possibility of being declared medically disabled. Because of his notoriety as a mukbanger, he has been the subject of many news stories that point to influencers like him who create content that promote an unhealthy lifestyle. Though that criticism is far from the only negative press he has received, Nico was also involved in a spot of controversy with fellow mukbanger Stephanie Su in 2019. At the time, Stephanie went on social media to speak out against him, claiming that Nico was harassing her and texting her photos he took from inside her house. Following this, Nico released a video response stating that she knew the photos were being taken at the time. Ultimately, this all proved to be for show, as Nico admitted that it was an attempted publicity stunt planned by both him and Stephanie. Anyone who follows the world of mukbang would agree that one of the more interesting stories regarding a content creator is that of Kate Yup. Kate's channel is in many ways like countless mukbang channels you can find on YouTube, with some notable exceptions. For starters, no one has ever seen her face. Despite it being a channel about eating, her face is always hidden off screen. However, it's what people do see that has garnered the most attention. In each of Kate's videos, bruises are clearly visible, sometimes appearing on her lip and other times on her arms, all of which has led viewers to speculate on her home life, going as far as to theorize why she doesn't reveal her face. Upon seeing the bruises, many users began to speculate that Kate was in an abusive situation, Another thing that many viewers picked on was the directions she was receiving off-screen. In many of her videos, Kate would devour a large amount of food in a rushed manner. Meanwhile, in various videos, viewers heard a male voice telling her to hurry up and eat. In another video, Kate tapped her fingers while she ate, which caused viewers to speculate that she was trying to type SOS as Morse code. As the theories about her supposed situation increased, many began to suspect that Kate was, in fact, being held prisoner by someone and forced to make mukbang videos. On top of this rumor, other viewers noticed how thin she always appeared despite the amount of food she consumed in her videos. This caused many to speculate that Kate may suffer from an eating disorder on top of everything else. In 2019, Kate posted a video and attempted to ease the speculation regarding her health by telling viewers that the mark on her arm was from the sun. Meanwhile, the bruise on her lip was a result of herpes. Still, speculation about her situation ran rampant. As a response to the rumors and speculation, Kate recorded a follow-up post in which she stated that the only people who are, in fact, torturing her are the ones who are spreading rumors about her. Then, suddenly, in November 2019, Kate stopped producing content on her channel. This sudden stop caused many to fear the worst for her. The speculation about Kate ramped up in 2020 when rumors began to spread that she had died. Though no one knows her true identity, her death was impossible to confirm. Yet still, that wasn't the end of her story. In 2023, Kate began posting videos again. In fact, over that year, she posted quite a few videos. However, once again, things changed. No one can be sure why, but as of October 2023, Kate has again stopped posting videos. As speculation of her health and well-being runs rampant through the mukbang community, we join her legions of fans who hope she is safe and sound. Time will tell where the story eventually ends. One of the other major concerns associated with mukbang has been the potential for both content creators and viewers to develop eating disorders. As proof of this, a study conducted in South Korea regarding the topic of mukbang on people's eating habits concluded that the people who are regular viewers of mukbang content are far more likely to mimic the dietary habits they see on YouTube. Meanwhile, discussions regarding eating disorders faced by mukbangers aren't confined to YouTube comment sections or social media, as the website Reddit has been the home to a lot of discourse on this very subject, with many speculating on the health of their favorite stars. Despite all the controversy about the health risks involved in mukbang, some critics have also raised ethical concerns regarding the animal cruelty involved in making some of mukbang's videos. This is because while a mukbanger's videos typically involve store or restaurant-bought food, some, like Seo-Yeon, have taken things to a new, unfathomable extreme by posting a video in which she consumed a live squid on camera. It's important to note that while some in South Korea consume live squid, people who watch the video, including other content creators, have called out Seo-Yeon for animal cruelty. Others have taken further steps and demanded that she be banned from YouTube for showing animal abuse. However, as of the making of this video, Seo-Yeon still has more than 10 million YouTube subscribers. Another of the criticisms lobbed against mukbang has been the considerable amount of food waste involved. In this era of ever-rising food cost shrinkflation and overall food shortage facing so many countries, critics have taken issue with the fact that many mukbangers don't actually eat the food they appear to. In some cases, mukbangers will spit out the food off screen, but edit the videos to appear as though they were consuming very large quantities of food, while in actuality, it was going to waste. One of the more prominent examples of this behavior was in 2020 when South Korean mukbanger Boki was caught doing this. From the standpoint of critics, fans, and mukbang content creators, it's impossible to say where the future of mukbang lies. However, with new videos popping up hourly on YouTube, it's clearly going to be around for a while. Meanwhile, for better or worse, the genre keeps evolving as every content creator puts their own spin on it. While ethical and health concerns have influenced changes to both social media and some government policies, it is yet to cause people to tune out altogether. As we've learned, people watch mukbang for all kinds of reasons. Some get a bit of sexual gratification from it, while others see it as a form of entertainment, another stop on a virtual freak show of the internet. Still, despite the controversies, mukbang has proven to be beneficial to some viewers by making them feel less lonely and isolated when they watch. The point is, it's not all bad, and it's not all good. Like any form of creative content, mukbang lies somewhere in the middle, and its value or lack thereof is up to the individual viewer.